Hey there, and welcome to today's prenatal yoga. It's a short and fast one, and what we're going to be doing is some longer holds, opening the pelvis and opening the chest, and then going into some flow. We will be going from down to up, so if you have any blood pressure issues, any pubic pain where you take the legs apart from each other, today's flow might not be for you. So let's start off today in child's pose, Balasana. You can take your hands as wide as the mat or even wider off the sides of the mat if you like that. We're going to take the knees nice and wide, toes together, and in this position, knees out, ankles in. This helps open the top of the pelvis. Set yourself down, aiming the forehead towards the mat, starting to deepen the breath. Breathing into the sides of the rib cage. When you inhale, you notice your belly fall. You notice your back expand. And with every exhale, you melt just a little bit deeper and the body becomes a little bit softer. Just like with birth. With every exhale, you will get a little bit deeper and your body will come a little bit softer. Pressing ourselves up into an all fours position. So we're just going to stagger our knees. My hands are going to remain parallel to each other, so in the same line. Shoulders are going to be stacked on top of wrists. But my knees, I'm just going to take one knee slightly behind the other, and this makes our pelvis asymmetrical. So this opens the middle of the pelvis. We're going to inhale, round, and we're going to do a few inhales and exhales here in this rounded position. So really letting your head drop, looking towards the belly or the knees. When you inhale, you're going to try and find some expansion through the back. And then when you exhale, you're going to stay in this rounded position and hug baby in towards you. Inhale, expansion, and then exhale, hug baby in. Last one, inhale, expansion, exhale, hug baby in. Good. Now we're going to flow with it. So we're going to inhale, arch the spine, look up towards the ceiling. Allow the pelvis to change. Exhale, tuck and round. Find that expansion. Inhale. Exhale. And one final one. Inhale. Exhale. Swapping sides. Left knee, right knee going back. First in that rounded position. So tuck and round and begin your breathing. And so the purpose of this exercise is to make the pelvis asymmetrical, but then also to stretch the lower portion of your back more and the upper portion of your back more. Get really tight in pregnancy, and so this breathing to find expansion is to try and help us stretch the muscles of the back, the muscles of the rib cage from the inside out. Good. One final breath. And then we're going to flow with it. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, tuck and curl. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, tuck and curl. Last one. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, tuck and curl. Brilliant stuff. We're going to take our right foot between our hands, any which way you have to. And we're just going to tuck through our pelvis slightly. Walk your right foot slightly forward so that we can then bring the knee on top of the ankle. Good, low lunge. From here, we're going to take our hands to the inside of the foot. We're going to press our knee out, opening the hip joint. We're going to take our knee out, external rotation of our hip joint, feeling the stretch through the adductor. And then we're going to reach forwards with that right arm, which should be our inside arm. We're going to take it behind us, and if you can, we're going to bend the back knee, lift the foot, and try and pull the foot in towards us. For now, just keeping our chest long. This should stretch the whole front side of the left hip and the left side body. And now is your time to really tune into your breath. So if you can't actually grab the toe, just keep bringing the toe in, or you can wrap a towel around your ankle and pull in towards you. So the exhale is going to help you sink down a little bit further. Keep the breath flowing. Releasing the foot. Pressing ourselves back, now keeping your left knee in line with the hip. I'm going to walk that right foot forwards ever so slightly. Flex the toes towards the nose. Try and keep both your hips level this time. Half split. Looking down so that you can see your toes. And if belly is in the way, feel free just to bring the right foot out slightly to allow belly to be inside the foot. Or if you still have a little bit of space, it feels good to be in the center, we can be in the center. Good, so still with a flat back or hands on blocks. Then you can walk it forward slightly, start to feel the lower back stretch. But we're not doing this from a place of pulling, we're just doing it from a place of melting. We want the breath to take us there. Good. Brilliant. We are going to swap sides. So now I'm going to take my right knee back. I'm going to bring my left foot in between my hands to begin with. We're going to lift up, tucking the right butt cheek in the pelvis, pressing ourselves forward so that the left knee then becomes stacked over the ankle in a 90-degree. Few breaths just to feel the hip flexor in the right side of the body, taking our hands down towards the mat on the inside. And allow the left knee to fall out, feeling the adductor, external rotation of the hip joint. Pressing ourselves back. Left foot either slightly out to the side or into the center, depending on what feels good for your body today. And then we want to keep our right knee stacked directly underneath the right hip bone. Then hands can be on blocks, or they can come down, and we can just feel that stretch through the hamstring, which is the back of the leg, all through the back of the body. And trying to keep your breath really nice and long. So inhales and exhales out of the nose only. With every exhale, your body just melts and relax a little bit more. Beautiful. Pressing ourselves forward slightly. We are then going to press the hip forward, take our left arm up. We're going to take it behind us and see if we can grab the right toes. Keeping that chest lifted. You might notice that one side of the body is more supple than the other. You can come down to forearm if you want to. One side of my body is much more supple. Releasing the foot, pressing yourself back up, releasing. Back to all fours for one last thing. We are just going to, in this position, do wag the dogs just to release the pelvis. So I'm going to take my right foot. I'm going to look over my left shoulder and I'm going to wag my dog. So I'm going to take my foot and bring it over towards the left shoulder so I can see my toes. Then I'm going to externally rotate. So take my right toes away and then look towards my right side. We're just wagging the dog. So just releasing the pelvis, internal and external rotation of the hip joint. Okay, swapping sides. My left foot goes over the right. I look over my right shoulder, and then left, right, left, right. Beautiful stuff. Press it back to a child's pose if you want to. Brilliant. And then bringing it up tall to a standing position. So we're going to take our feet nice and wide, wider than the shoulders. And then we're going to bend from the hip joint. So first, we're just going to have hands on hips. Take a nice big inhale. Lift the chest up towards the ceiling, looking up. If you want to, you can interlock the fingers behind you to open the chest more and come down with the hands behind you. Or if hips are okay, we'll stay with hips. So we're going to shift the weight into our heels, pressing our hips back. Any sciatic nerve issues, just turn the toes so they face inwards. Pressing hips back. And then looking towards the floor. So your arms are either behind you or your fingers have come out in front of you. And one side of the pelvis might feel tighter than the other. I definitely have one. Oh. And so we're just going to wiggle the hips from side to side gently, feeling some stretch in the adductor, swapping sides, taking as much time as you need to feel the inner thighs. Good. And then from there, we're just going to walk it over to the left foot. We're going to look at the left foot, twist the body, and then try to fold towards the left knee. We're going to be staying here for about 3 to 5 breaths, focusing on nice inhales and exhales. Take it back through to the center of the mat, and then walk it over to the right side. So if your hands don't reach the floor, it might be worth having some blocks nearby so that you can use them, or you can use your body. So if you're less flexible on one side or on both sides, you can always use the shin or even the thigh and just look down, but not the knee joint. Beautiful. Taking it back through to center, we're going to bend the knees, turn the toes out, roll the spine up, coming into our goddess pose. So in our goddess pose, we're trying to have our hips in line with the knees and the knees stacked directly over the ankles. We're going to inhale and take the arms out for some arm strength. Make sure that you're pressing your knees behind you towards the back wall rather than letting them cave inwards. And then take your arms up, inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms, squeeze the elbows in towards you. Inhale, taking them up. Feel the sides of the body stretch. Exhale, elbows coming down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Beautiful. Hands coming back down through to center, to our wide-legged forward fold. And then just rest and relax here. From there, we're going to bend the right knee and walk our body over to the right hand side for a half malasana or an extended malasana. I'm going to bring my right shoulder in towards the right knee. So if you can't get into this position, stack a few blocks underneath your seat and sit on it so that you can have your chest upright. We're going to stay here We're going to place the right fingertips down onto the floor. Inhale and look up towards the ceiling. In this position, trying to let your pelvic floor relax. So no mula bandha, no lifting the pelvic floor muscles, just full relaxation. Feeling the stretch through the adductor. This is also associated with opening the top of the pelvis. We're going to walk it over back through to center. Hang out here for a second in the middle. And walking it over to the left-hand side. Left arm in front. We're going to take it up towards the sky. Taking it back in through center. And walking the feet in. Heel toe yourself back up. And well done today.